Now, before this video even starts, my throat is all over the place, so you are going to see my voice go high and low throughout this whole video. So don't make fun of me in the comments down below, please. Hey, what's going on, everyone? MONADO Max here, and today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Switch. Now, obviously we always talk about the Nintendo Switch because we are a Nintendo channel, but I believe the Nintendo Switch, or I don't believe, I know the Nintendo Switch is coming to an end. I mean, the Nintendo Switch has been such a wonderful console, but it's struggling. The system itself is struggling, especially, it was already struggling with third-party games, like Mortal Kombat 1 is a great example. Dear God, that game, oh my God. If you guys didn't see the Mortal Kombat 1 review, we uploaded it. It was a very interesting video. But the Nintendo Switch is about to go into its 7th year of the console, and a lot of times when it comes to gaming consoles, it's typically that 6th or 7th year that we start seeing another console, and let's face it, the system, it's showing its power is not able to really work with today's games that are coming out for the system. We've seen it with third-party games, and we're seeing it with first-party games. I mean, Splatoon 3, I'm sorry, oh my gosh, I sound horrible. Splatoon 3 itself, when you're playing that game, you can see the characters in the background running at like 3 frames per second. It actually reminds me of Pikmin when you play Pikmin and all that in Smash Bros 3DS. The game has the Pikmin running 2 frames per second. We're starting to see how those Pikmin look in Smash Bros 3DS look in first-party Nintendo Switch games. So the system is definitely not able to handle what games we got coming for the Nintendo Switch right now. It does it well though, I'm not complaining, I'm just saying it's starting to become more and more noticeable with some of this year's games. Some of last year's games, like Kirby, kind of struggled in certain areas. So it's time for a new console. We are definitely getting a new console because let's look at what's come out this year and next year. First off, this year has been great for Nintendo. You had Tears of the Kingdom, you had Pikmin 4, you got Mario Wonder. After that, if you look at a majority of their releases this year, it's been a combination of remasters and remakes, which is great. It's stuff that people have wanted. I am not complaining. It's just a sign to show you that the Nintendo Switch, if we look at history seems to be repeating itself. When the Nintendo 3DS was ending, all that we got on the 3DS was remasters of like random games unexpected from DS, GameCube, etc. I bring this up because if we go into next year's lineup of Nintendo Switch games, we had a Nintendo Direct that showed us next year's lineup a little bit, and everything was a remaster / remake except one game. That was the Princess Peach Showtime game, I believe that's what it was called. After that, everything we saw was remaster / remake from Nintendo. Noticing the pattern here, if we look at the Nintendo 3DS, it looks like Nintendo is following that pattern because they're putting all their big first-party games onto this next Nintendo console. They are obviously running out of first-party original games to come to the Switch because they ended the Nintendo Direct off with a remake, which was the Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Obviously people wanted that, but if we've seen some of the Nintendo games that have come out through Nintendo Directs, Nintendo would have never ended that with that game. That would have been just something that casually gets dropped into the Nintendo Direct. Like, that's a Nintendo Direct opening right there. I know as a matter of fact that the Switch is coming to an end, unfortunately, because this is following the same pattern that the 3DS did. I originally thought Nintendo was going to wait it out as long as possible, and I believe that's what they're doing. I could see them possibly not releasing the next Nintendo console next year, just due to the fact that they're trying to become the best-selling Nintendo console. Well, it's already the best-selling Nintendo console, but it wants to be the #1 best system in terms of sales. It's close to hitting that, but it would only hit that if the Switch was to last probably another year, which it's possible, but Nintendo needs to put out the first-party games. I feel like the company, or at least the people, the customers, they know that the next Nintendo console is coming. We're seeing, you know, people like Activision talking about that they've seen the next Nintendo console. We're seeing leaks about the Nintendo Switch 2 coming out more and more often. I think everyone knows that now is not the time to buy a Switch right now, because we're about to get a next Nintendo console. I wonder what the name's gonna be. Nintendo Switch 2, that's what everyone's calling it. We're seeing leaks of that. Apparently at Gamescom they had the press there, they were playing it. Apparently Zelda Breath of the Wild was running 60 frames per second with like 1 second loading screens, 4K apparently. It sounds like this next Nintendo console is going to be great, and it's really what we need right now with some of these games that are coming to the Switch from both first party and third party. I'm just interested to see what the name's going to be. Like, part of me feels like it's going to follow what the Xbox Series X did, which was, I don't have the game to show, but I'm going to use this Switch game, Shin Megami Tensei 3. This game makes me sleepy. Anyways, I'm going to use this as an example. You could literally, you know how the Xbox titles now have Xbox Series X / Xbox One? I'm wondering, because it seems like, I don't know if Nintendo's going to follow the Switch pattern, but it seems like they're going to try to continue this whole Switch name that they got going, which is scary because that's why the Wii U didn't succeed. Well, the Wii U failed for multiple more reasons. I really don't think it was the name, but I'm scared that it's going to have the repeat of that because the Switch is so good. I'm nervous that Nintendo's making a new console because the Switch has been so successful, and I don't want Nintendo to go down the Wii U path again, because that was kind of scary as a Nintendo fan, but they made some of their best games during that. But what I'm trying to say is, I feel like the cases are going to be very similar. If the next system has backwards compatibility, they're still going to release Switch games, and then it's going to come to the next Nintendo console. I don't know. I feel like it's going to follow that same pattern that the Xbox games have. I mean, that's really what next gen has been. And everything that was on the old console, like, they're still putting stuff out on the older consoles. So I don't know. I feel like there's a strong possibility that could happen. There's a lot of things going on with the Nintendo Switch 2, and I want to know what you guys are thinking right now about the Switch 2. What do you want? What are your hopes? I plan on doing a video of my hopes for the system. If you guys want to see me cover some of these Nintendo Switch 2 leaks, let me know. I've seen some people cover them. My editor Coleman's telling me to do more videos on the Switch 2, but I just don't want it to be repetitive. There's going to be so many fake leaks. I don't want to be one of those people that's like, you know, what's that guy's name? Lax Chris did a video on every Smash Bros. Leak. I think he himself made Smash Bros. Leaks. I don't want to become one of those channels, so I kind of might wait for at least more official or just pure speculation videos. You know, my hopes for the system. Unless there's like some actual concrete information. I feel like we've been talking about a Switch Pro for so long that we're not getting that. The next thing is going to be a full-on Nintendo console. So, yeah. I've been talking for way too much. At the end of the day, the Nintendo Switch is unfortunately ending, and I don't want it to end because, well, I have 400 Switch games, and whenever that next Nintendo console comes out, I'm going to have to think of a whole new background because there's not going to be enough games to make a cool background. Or maybe I'll casually get rid of the Switch games as more of the next Nintendo console comes out. That'd be pretty crazy. Anyways, make sure to backslash that subscribe button. So close to 10,000. Become the MONADO army. Join the MONADO army. Become one of us. One of us. One of us. One of us. And check out the description. Everything on there. My throat hurts. I need to stop talking. Because, I mean, I don't know. It sounds very noticeable to me. I can't hear very well. These allergies, man. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on with me. It's weird. I was watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, and in the middle of me watching that movie, this happened. I don't know if something happened to me, like, I don't know. It's weird. I've never had that happen where literally my throat, I usually wake up with my throat hurting. It's not, I'm awake and it's actually happening. I've never had this happen before. Let me know what you guys think about that. Have you guys experienced that? Why am I talking about this in a Nintendo video? I just need to shut up. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'm an idiot.